But we have to start in this three-way title race, the Etihad, Manchester City against Arsenal. It finished 0-0. I think, I'll just give you my quick 30-second summation. I thought the first half, both teams were actually afraid to make mistakes and cancel each other out. It was dull. It wasn't even like, oh, look, tactical battle. No, it was just dull and not well executed. Second half, business picked up a little bit, not that much. In the end, for me, this is definitely 2 points dropped for Man City if they want to think in terms of the title race.
I agree.
Right? Captain Obvious here.
Yep. I totally agree. I think your analysis is fair. I think the first 45 was a boring game. It was hard to watch. It was dull. The second half opened up. From a footballer's point of view and an Arsenal's point of view, they'd done a job on City. They were in low blocks. They just wanted City to go wide. They didn't allow them to get any spaces. De Bruyne didn't really get a kick. Foden didn't really get a kick. So when you're Arsenal and go to the Etihad in a really big game, to come away from there with a point, it's kept their momentum alive. It's kept them unbeaten. Gives them confidence going into the next game. They'll beat Luton. They'll beat them by 5 or 6 or 7.
Oh, stop with that.
But it puts a bit of pressure on Man City now because the home team and the way they destroyed Arsenal last season, they should have been, or if they want to win the title, that's a game where I think we both agree they've dropped a couple of points.
I think we have to, or at least I want to, praise Mikel Arteta here.
Yep.
Not just because he played the lineup, which I think is the right setup. In other words, the one, at least for big games, in other words, the one with Georgie in midfield, with Declan Rice, Gabriel Jesus. I like Kai Havertz at center forward. If you want to have Jesus in the team because of his work rate, because of all the things he does, fantastic.
Yep.
But then put him out wide, maybe sacrifice Martinelli, bring him on late when he's fresh.
Yep.
That plan almost worked if Trossard had hit a different pass.
Yep.
And I actually thought Pep didn't find the countermeasures to that.
I think he put his players on to try and do that, but Grealish was disappointing. Grealish is starting to become very predictable now. I'm watching Jack Grealish, and I don't know if it's a lack of confidence. He doesn't take players on. He's very predictable. He gets it on his right foot. He squares the right back up, but he just keeps going back inside. I know why he does it. I spoke to Jacob Murphy at Newcastle about it, and he says the reason why they do that and they play Grealish on the left is you try to suck all the players over to that side for the big transition over to the other side. But then when he come on, didn't really do much. Doku was disappointed when he come on. As I said, Foden, Grealish didn't really get a kick. I thought Haaland was very poor. But I'd put that down to giving Arsenal a lot of credit on how they managed the spaces. Because last year, if you remember, he came up with this crazy plan, Arteta, of going man for man all over the pitch. And he left Rob Holding with Erling Haaland and he destroyed him. The tactics yesterday were spot on. Might not have been a great watch, but a professional performance.
Yeah, so you said the tactics were spot on, so we've praised Arteta.
Yeah.
Equally, Pep is Pep. Did he just say, okay, I know what Arteta's doing, rather than fiddle with my team tactically? You know, I mean, I don't just mean like bringing on different wingers.
Yeah.
I am going to go and try to get my guys just to execute better.
Yeah.
And because ultimately, I'm not, you know, is there a moment when you just put your faith in the players and say, look, they've got the plan to stop you, Don.
Yeah.
But Don, you're better than he is.
Yes.
You just beat him.
Yeah, sometimes you can overanalyze the role that Pep played in the second half, because sometimes when you've got a team like Arsenal who are so deep and have got, or not allowing you any spaces whatsoever, you can't tactically tweak anything apart from getting the ball out wide a bit quicker and saying to your players, I need you to take players on. Doku, I need you to get to the byline. Jack, I need you to take players on. Pointless coming square, because Arsenal were just shifting across the pitch.
Well, it felt that was one thing that Grealish wasn't doing. He was, I don't know.
That's what I'm saying.
If the ball gets to him, everything stops to a crawl, and then I expect him, all right, you're either going to hit that diagonal ball that you talked about, or you're going to take somebody on and fall over.
But he's done neither, did he?
But he's
done neither for quite a while. That's what I'm saying about him being predictable. He's lost that ability, or he's lost his confidence to take players on, or it's the manager's instructions to keep hold of the ball.
And you have an issue with Erling Haaland's finishing here. We were talking off air.
I do, because I won't throw him under the bus, but I've spoke to Premier League strikers, great Premier League strikers, and they say, or he said, his finishing is very, very scruffy. My issue with Erling Haaland, and I haven't really got one because I can't have one because he's a genius banging in 50 goals every single season, but I think he would take criticism on board, not from me, but from other strikers of the past. And I think when you watch him, he's obsessed with taking everything on his left foot. The goal that he should have scored against Man United, remember he raised his left foot, crossbar height. You go into Rolodex of finishes, Gab, it's a nod-in goal.
It was
the chance that he missed against Arsenal, it's a right foot finish. It's a tap-in finish. He's obsessed with his left foot because that's his strong foot.